Hello everyone, Marianne here. It's an honor to get to be part of this with Urban Laszlo, who as a little girl, I really used to come to the bookstore and just be in awe of his work. And the thing that always struck me the most was how he recognized interconnections. And he recognized throughout history, people needed to interrelate across not just cultures, but areas of knowledge. When you look at the world, you see people trying to understand each other, trying to understand this place that we call life. We have books from quantum physicists, we have books from spiritual leaders, we have information from ancient cultures, all searching. What is the meaning of life? Why am I here? What can any of that knowledge tell me, if anything at all, about how to get along with each other? So when we talk about upshifting, which is a fabulous word that Urban Laszlo has created, upshifting generally means shifting our perspective. And when he says up, he's saying, don't just look around. It's his fault, it's her fault. This is mine, this is yours, which is all at this level. He's saying, lift up your perspective. Now, the ancients did that by trying to think about the heavens. People like Keith Critchlow, sacred geometrists, they tried to understand those that made the pyramids. They tried to go connect deeper. Well, what does modern man do today when we're not the ones building huge pyramids to the sky? How do we build that connection within ourselves, within our minds? Well, the first thing that we have to do in terms of shifting is become consciously aware of how we shift our thinking. Today, too many people pay attention to memetics. Memetics are when you have that advertisement that comes in and says, think this, think that. Any of you have a jingle in your head from a commercial that you can't get out of your head, like, where's the beef? The minute I say that, you all know exactly what I'm talking about, because that's a memetic that got stuck in your head a long time ago. But nowadays, we are bombarded by memetics. It's been lifted to a science. So how can we consciously change the memetics in our minds to say, I'm going to end up thinking I can. I'm going to end up thinking that it's possible. I'm going to end up believing that this world can be transformed from the inside out. And the way you do that, and this is very key, the way you do that is you consciously take control of the way you shift your thinking. You become conscious of what you choose to surround yourself by, what you choose to engage with, what you choose to pursue. Because all those things that you're involved with create the culture and environment that you're in. And if we start becoming more aware of that, then we are collaboratively not just shifting around the culture in our little bubbles, but we have the potential, you have the potential to shift humanity to a level it has never been before. And that is the beauty of trying to think of what it means to upshift. When Urban first asked me, he said, I want you to talk about upshifting. I was like, what is upshifting? But the truth is, we do it all the time, but we downshift. We downshift into getting caught up in what we look like, who we know, how much money we have in the bank. And some of those things are important, but why are they important? Let's talk about it openly. It's about power. When you're attractive, when you got cash in the bank, it gives you power. And we get so caught up in wanting the power, we forget, why do we want the power? Ask why. What is it you want to do in this world? What is it your impact needs to be? And the thing is, you're doing all those things that all of us are doing because we want power to do something. But when we get so caught up in trying to get the power, that's when we end up being vulnerable to the memetics that downshift our thinking. So upshift yourself by saying, I am going to choose the things that I am aiming for. And I'm going to choose to resonate only with those things that get me closer to that. Because these other things are distractions, they're whirlwinds. And it's so easy to be pulled into them. And as long as we do that, you're doing the marketing's works for them. But if you take the reins of control of your life, there is no end in sight. There is no limit to the kind of impact you can have in this world. So there's so many ways to do that. You can have international outreach programs. I'm very blessed in the Mimicine Institute to do that. You can write books. You can protest in the streets. You can do anything. You can just be doing community garden in your part of the world, and it can have an impact. But the most powerful thing that you can do to have an impact is in your mind. So focus on upshifting your mind, and that will help transform the world.